Okay, welcome guys. I am doing a Facebook Live now on Money Partners. So the reason I decided to do this is I've been chatting to quite a few people over the last couple of weeks regarding people inquiring about my course and coaching and that sort of stuff. And one of the biggest questions I've been getting is about Money Partners and how easy are Money Partners to get. And I suppose there's a lot of people don't understand what Money Partners are. So there's that component, but then there's that sort of blockage that they think, why would somebody invest in my deal sort of thing? Why would somebody, invest, hundreds of thousands of dollars and give it to me to do a deal? So, so I just wanted to basically go through, through this subject. It's pretty fascinating. I mean, I've been, flipping houses a couple of years now, and I'm pretty vocal on what I've been doing. 17 flips in the last couple of years so far, and every single one of those deals has been with Money Partners, like every single one. So I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done without Money Partners, because I wouldn't have been able to get bank finance. So Money Partners is opens up your world when you realise that you can actually get money from other people, essentially, rather than having to go through banks who have strict policies and that sort of stuff. So anyway, just going to dive into a little bit about what they are and a few things about Money Partners. So who are Money Partners? Well, look, Money Partners can be absolutely anyone. It could be myself or you, as an individual, as a couple. It could be a company. If you've got a company set up and you've got money in your company, you could Money Partner, for example, people's deals. It could be a self-managed super fund. It can be literally almost anyone. So so essentially there's no guideline as to who Money Partners. Essentially, why do people Money Partner? Well, the people Money Partner because it's a passive income stream. People they can almost basically be a silent investor in a project. So whether it's a renovation, like a flip, whether it's a development, whatever, Money Partners can, they can make an income from Money Partnering without, having to be active in the deal. It's really good for a lot of busy professionals. Okay, a lot of people have money. Like, more people have money than what you realise. That's kind of what I've learned along this journey. And you get a lot of busy professionals. You get a lot of busy business owners and that sort of stuff where they've got excess cash, and rather than it sitting in the bank and them not making any money, they can invest it and get 15% per annum return, or 12 or 15, 20, whatever it might be. But those sorts of returns are possible for them. So that's why people look to invest, and be Money Partner sort of thing. So when you sort of get more involved in this, in this sort of property, communities, you start to realise that finance is not always easy to get. Especially with development finance and that sort of stuff. Quite often, lenders will only provide like 65%. So you need to be able to top up the rest of the money. So a lot of people use creative finance, and Money Partners is a big way of that in being able to top up the difference. I mean, on smaller deals like the stuff that I do, typically I use Money Partners to fund the entire project, the entire purchase. So quite often I'll just fund the actual renovation or something like that. But I'll typically use, rather than going through a bank and having to do applications and all that thing over and over and over, Money Partners, because I'm in and out of deals and 2, 3, 4 months sort of thing, it's just better to pay a Money Partner. So that's that. So what would you need so how do you find a Money Partner? So if you're looking for a Money Partner, the number one thing is you've got to talk to people and ask. Okay, so you can't be shy. You can't be, like I said, there's a lot of people. There's a blockage. They feel that they're not maybe worthy of asking for a Money Partner or asking for that sort of money. But you've got to remember, if the deal stacks up, if you're going to make money, then they're going to make money. So you've got to ask the question. So I mean, you can start with friends and family and that sort of stuff, but look, a big way is networking groups and stuff like that, going to meetups and stuff like that. There's a lot of other like-minded people there who are doing the same thing as you are, looking for opportunity. So some people, they might want to do their own deals, but initially they might decide, look, I'm just going to Money Partner to begin with. You can join Facebook community groups, that sort of stuff. But essentially, if you've got a good deal and you put it out there, the money partners will come. Obviously I've been putting myself out online, but I get a lot of people reaching out to me who want a money partner deal. So, I literally get people just randomly message me and asking if I'd like to, if I'm looking for money partners. So it's, once you sort of start getting some credibility in that, it gets easier. If you are just starting out, yes, you probably need some sort of coach, some sort of mentor, and that can sort of, that you can say you're sort of being coached through it. It will be difficult to get them. I mean, when I started, obviously I had a coach, so, that's your sort of your credibility. You've got someone who's experienced, who's sort of, helping, vet your deal essentially. So, and the other thing is when you're starting out, it is better to have some skin in the game, but in saying that, you don't necessarily need to. So, I've done a lot of deals without any skin in the game sort of thing. So, so what do you need to provide money partners? Well, there's three things really. Firstly is the funding proposal. So funding proposal just, has everything about the deal. I'll go into that in a minute. A feasibility. So feasibility, obviously all the numbers, and then typically like a current market analysis. So they're the three things that I provide a potential money partner when I'm looking for one. Okay, so those three things will basically have everything about the deal that is enough for them to make an investment decision. Okay, so what are money partners looking for? Okay, they're looking for a strong proposal, which is the funding proposal. They're looking for something which, the numbers stack up, it's been carefully thought out, and it's, all the numbers are there, nothing's missing, nothing's forgotten, and it looks like it's been put together by a professional. That's what they're looking for. Obviously, the person's character goes a long way. That's, they need to have trust and put trust into you, but you shouldn't allow that to be a blockage and think, well, why would somebody, they don't know me, that sort of thing. The trust can obviously be built over time, and certainly is. But the other thing they are looking for is some sort of credibility. So if if you've got a reputation for, successful deals, that's great. I have sort of, a bit of a website which I can sort of send people and show people, previous deals and stuff like that. Obviously, I've got a lot of money partners that jump with me from one deal to the next sort of thing. So that's, that's obviously helps. But when you're starting out and when I started out, like I said, the credibility was that, look, the deal stacks up and I've got a coach. That's what, if you're not prepared to sort of invest in yourself and get coaching or, that sort of thing, then why would someone invest in someone who's a first timer? Okay, and you obviously by having a coach and doing a course and that sort of stuff, you're gonna build up the knowledge to be able to do a successful deal. So from a money partner perspective, and I had a question on this before, just in the Facebook group, as far as security and due diligence from the money partner. So typically the security for a money partner is, look, normally you'd have a property solicitor draw up a loan agreement. Okay, that's typically what happens. Okay, and this is not something I've really done, but you can get legal advice. So if you were the money partner or the person, the borrower, you could get legal advice from the property solicitor that draws up the agreement. And then also from a security perspective as well, normally, quite often, it could be a first or second mortgage on the property or a registered or unregistered caveat on the property. That is typically the security, and also potentially a personal guarantee from the borrower. So that is the sort of security. Now, on top of that, the property solicitor typically would attend the PEXA settlement to lodge the caveat or mortgage or whatever, and a money partner is, and this is the other thing with from a money partner's perspective, and the reason why, look, I'm not obviously a property solicitor or anything like that, so and I'm not giving legal advice or anything like that, but in a deal with a money partner, the money partner gets paid first. So if the deal's unsuccessful and the person putting the deal together, the borrower, when they go to sell the property, if they don't get the profit that they want, they lose. Like the money partner still gets their return. Okay, the deal would have to lose by a lot, where not only does the borrower not get any profit, but then is negative. That's the only way that really the money partner could lose, and then obviously they could take legal action. But again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not giving legal advice. You'd need to when you're going down this track, you'd need to, obviously speak to a solicitor. So I obviously have a property solicitor that I use as part of my course and coaching. Now I've got somebody that I can recommend who specialises in this field. So the difference between a money partner and a joint venture partner is something you might be wondering. With a money partner, their money partners, they typically receive a return on investment on their, on what they're borrowing, whereas a money partner is a silent and sort of passive, okay? Whereas with joint venture agreements, they typically, there's anything can be really big, this is not 100%, but typically a JV partner plays a more active role if there's two JV partners. And with JVs, they typically would share in the up or down side of the deal. So if it's, if it's really overperforms, then typically, JV partners will both, receive the upside, and likewise, if it didn't, they would both, feel the pain, sort of thing. Whereas a money partner, they're just like a bank; they borrow the money and then they get their return. Now, with regard to funding proposals, I sort of touched on that. If you're sort of wondering what that's all about, a funding proposal is an overall summary of the deal. It provides property details, so a bit about the actual project itself. Has a summary of the deal, which is typically feasibility and the numbers side of things. Has about the suburb or location, so where the deal is being happening. The funding request, how much money is being asked, the return on the investment, all the rest of it, so all the numbers side of things. A bit about the actual borrower himself, or herself, credibility, previous deals you've done, experience, all that sort of stuff. If you've got a coach or mentor sort of thing. And then obviously contact details so that people can get in touch with you. And then, like I said, it's also, feasibility and sort of a current market analysis sort of goes along with those, with the funding proposal. Anyway, that is a quick brief on, on money partners and the world of money partners. In my course that I'm releasing, it starts on Monday, or was getting released from Monday, I've actually done an interview with one of my one of my big money partners that I use very regularly. We've got a good relationship, and she sort of, her and her husband do a lot of deals with me. They jump from deal to deal with me. Anyway, I've done an interview with them in the course where she talks about her perspective as a money partner and what she looks for in people to money partner in, and also she sort of discusses like the pros and cons and that sort of stuff. Also in my course, I teach you how to do a funding proposal. I've got a template. I've also got, I also go into detail regarding loan agreements. And again, I can't really show you a template for that because it's got to be drawn up for the solicitor, but I can sort of show you my stuff as well. So, so I've got all that sort of stuff in my course, and also I teach this stuff as well. So, if you're interested in that, please reach out. But hope you got some value on money partners. Thank you.